Well, I'm going to get ready to size up the rest of my AK47 Brass into 6.5 Grendel. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but once I have, let's see, this would be 500 brass, and those get loaded up. I'll have 500, I'll have 600 rounds for the Grendel. That's not too bad. I'd like to get some more, though. But it started out, it's AK47 Brass. Probably not worth it getting this kind of brass. Probably better off just getting a freaking 6.5 Grendel. But I did 50 of them already right here, and they're a little bit different size because if you look at, here they are sized up, and this device here, what the hell you call this damn thing? It's Wilson gauge. Is basically, if you fits in here perfectly and it's flush, it's going to work fine in a weapon. So that's what that is. I don't know what the hell you call that gauge, but actually this is like, I was getting a little fussy with this. I bought this gauge. Here's the sizing die right here. Here's for like putting on, pushing on the round itself. Probably going to use a 123 grain. And this is a crimping die, so you can put the military crimp around the brass. I don't know if you can look down in there. Yeah, you can see down there pretty well. It's got, it crimps around, right around the neck right here where the bullet itself, the projectile, goes in there. It crimps right around there. You really don't need to do that. It's really like for more like automatic weapons and stuff, because in case the bullets push in or something, but it's still probably not a bad idea to do it on regular weapons. This is the reloading data. Now I'm going to use Hodgdon 335. It's not on this actual chart, and since these are going to be fire formed, now some people think when you fire form something, because this brass, it's got like little tiny dents in it because it's not the right size. You can see there's a little dent right there. When the round gets fired, that's going to blow out, and then it'll be fine. You can reload it, right? It'll be no problem. So you don't like really load it up with a full charge. I got to look up what the hell to put it on for Hodgdon, because here it says for the 108 grains, it's got 28, the 108 grain projectile. It's got 28 grains of Hodgdon 335. I like using that powder because it works for pretty much every damn thing in a rifle. You can even load 30-06 in it as long as you're not loading the really heavy ones. I think I put 180 grain 30-06 with Hodgdon 335. It's kind of, you got to find you got to be more accurate with it though when you're using the larger calibers. It's usually good for like 5.56 AR-15 rounds, AK-47 rounds, mid-size rifle cartridges. But I like using that powder because it pretty much works for everything. I would guess, and I'm probably going to do 26.5 grains. That'll be a light load for, I think that is, I'm going to double check that, for the 123 grain projectile. That won't be like a full load. And of Hodgdon 335, I think it's going to be 26.5 or 26. I'm not sure what the hell to load it up at. That shouldn't be a full charge. I think a full charge is around 27. And I got like 400 of them here, so what you got to do is take your, the hell is this thing? Open it up there. Da-da-da. Oh yeah, it's a brand new one. My used one's kind of like grimy and shit. You just spray your case lube on here, and then you roll your brass on here, and you also take a Q-tip and get on inside, because when you're sizing them, this comes down and there's a thing inside it that actually sizes the inside to the right mouth. Then he's got to be cut to the right length, because the actual AK rounds, I mean the AK47 Brass, is a little bit longer. Not a lot, but it's too long. If you can see that right there. Let's see if I do it this way. Mr. Cat. Hi, Cat. What are you doing? I don't know if you can see that. Well, they're just a hair longer. Not much. Just a hair longer. When it gets sized, they're just a hair longer. So, not a lot you got to trim off of them, but I verify them with this gauge, so it's perfect. You know, if they do that, they're going to work in the weapon just perfect. So, anyway, start getting on this shit. Start doing it right now. And what I'll probably do is I'll run them all through the sizing die first. What I do is when I run them through the sizing die, I give them like a few shots. Like I don't push it down all the way, because if you do, you'll crush the AK47 Brass. You'll crush it. So what I do is I go down a little bit, you know, a few times, work it back and forth, and then you know, it's cool. It's cool because then I don't crush the brass. There might be a little bit of a dimple in it, but that's when we're fire forming them. Now, when you're shooting a weapon with fire forming, you're not wasting any rounds anyway. They're still strong. You still work for target. I mean, it would even work for hunting. I mean, they're not that weak. I mean, they're not like squib loads. They're just a little bit below the max. And yeah, I might, you know, I don't like saying what the hell to use on here, like on the internet, but I'm probably going to use 26 grains of, to be on the safer side. I'm thinking, I got to double check this. Don't quote me on this, but I think I'm going to be using, I'm probably pretty sure of it though, Hodgson HH5 123 grain bullet. Probably going to use 26 grains of Hodgson 335 H335 for the round, for the load. And I got primers. The only thing I had to get some was damn, you know, the bullets themselves, but they ain't too bad. So once I load them up, I'll have about 600 rounds of ammo with this crap. That's not too bad. So anyway, get working on it. Okay, I got the case lube over here. This is out, you know, this is a single stage press. The progressive press is over there. I haven't done this shit in a long time, I'll tell you that right now. Try doing this one hand. One. It's faster than that, but I'm just doing it on camera here. So one goes down in there, and probably gonna do 50. Checks the length. We'll go from there. Yeah, the other thing is when you're doing the case mouth like this here, am I holding it right there? Yeah, right there, right? You know, you're doing this, you want to make sure you don't go in there too far, because you get oil inside of it. You got to go around it and all that kind of shit in each one. But it's not hard to do once you kind of get into a roll of it. But you don't want to go in there too far with the case lube, because it gets on the powder. You just want to do only on the neck. Yeah, I gotta check these out. It looks like I don't have to size all of them. Let me try this one here, see what this does. Not that way, the other way. Oh, the other way. You see this indent right here? That's the low port. It's not supposed to be below that. It's not supposed to be above the top. You can see this right there. There's the low and the high. That's perfect. Well, that one don't need to be sized. Some of them do. Some of them need to be trimmed a little bit. That's, see, it's not below the bottom. It's perfect. Just got to check them all though. Want to do it right. That's good. Because I put a lot of case lube on these, because like the first few you do, the dye gets, you know, it's, even though you put a lot of case lube on it, the dye gets, it's a little sticky in the beginning. That's even. You got to make sure this thing's clean inside, no grease, like where it could hang up when you're putting the brass in there. This doesn't look too, this one's high. That one needs to be trimmed. Let's see what this one does. That one's good. And there's a case trimmer I got someplace, which ain't hard to do. Yeah, oh, this is cool. That's why I freaking put a shitload of lube on it. This one's high. Not too many of them though. That's not too bad. Then it's not hard to load these up. So this should actually, these are sizing up pretty good, man. This one's a little high. Most of them are pretty good. Holy shit. Huh. Because I don't size them all at once. I give it like a few, you know, push down on the handle a few times, I believe about 4 times. Do it in stages. Huh. And you know what? These didn't come out bad. These look almost perfect. That's not bad, man. Maybe I'll get a lot more. See, this one's a little high, but most of them aren't. That one's good. This one's high. I probably didn't quite. I probably should just run them through the sizing die again. Those are probably ones I did in the beginning. Just a hair high. It's not too bad. I've just run them. This one, you can tell this is one of the first ones I did. Kind of dented it up. I'll run that one through again. Because as the sizing die, some of these are high. I'm going to run them through again. They might be long. This batch is coming out better. Seems like that bag of brass. That one's not too good. This bag of brass is not too bad. I bet you these are the ones in the beginning. Yeah. Maybe they're long, but maybe it's not. They just need to be resized. So that's not too freaking bad. I remember I used to do like about 500 or 1,000 of these at a time, depending on what, you know, one particular caliber. Yeah, these are not. Now they're getting screwed up. This is kind of how I expected them to happen. But that one's good. The last time I had to trim most of them. Looks like I don't have to trim most of them this time. Probably about a third of them. It's not too bad. That one's good. Maybe half of them almost. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not too bad. That's not too bad. This went a lot faster. So once I fire these, I want to get some different magazines for that Grendel. I don't know what the hell they are. I forgot what the hell they are. But there's some new ones out that are like pretty much jam-proof. Maybe I'll just get a couple thousand rounds for this damn thing. Plus the heavy-duty bolt. That's a Saber upper on a Grendel. That's this thing right here. Keep it, sleep with it actually. Keep it under my field jacket, sleep with it. 20 round magazine, 20 rounds in a magazine. I got 30 round magazine, plus a few more on the side. I think I got 4 more over here. So that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. I like this thing because the AR platform is usually too weak for like hunting. This thing is great. This thing should be perfect. And it's small, lightweight. It's not that, you know, it's waterproof pretty much. I mean, it's not going to get... And I got some stainless steel parts coming in for my next build. For like the hammer, the trigger. I already got them in. So that'll be my next build. There'll be stainless steel parts in it. But I like these because you really can't... They don't screw up, man. It's not like they're wood. They're not like cheap stuff. They're good enough. They're plenty good enough for any kind of hunting, that's for sure. Or defense.